Hey y'all! In this video, I'll be uncovering the shocking and tragic case and emotions hearing of Kouri Richins, a Utah mother and author accused of a crime that's shaken people across the nation. Richins, a seemingly loving mom of 3, made headlines when she wrote a children's book on coping with grief. The book, titled Are You With Me?, was meant to help her kids process the sudden unexpected loss of their father, Eric Richins. But just a year later, Richins found herself at the center of a criminal investigation accused of poisoning Eric with a lethal dose of fentanyl. Prosecutors allege that in March 2022, Richins laced Eric's favorite Moscow mule with fentanyl, leading to his untimely death. If that wasn't shocking enough, they also claimed this wasn't her first attempt. Allegedly, Richins had previously tried to poison him just weeks earlier on Valentine's Day by lacing a sandwich with fentanyl, leaving Eric gravely ill. But the alleged plot doesn't end with these poisoning attempts. Authorities believe that Richins forced her husband's signature on financial documents, committed insurance fraud, and filed fraudulent claims, painting a picture of potential financial motivation behind her alleged actions. Since her arrest, the case has only grown more complex and public interest has skyrocketed. Many are horrified by the irony of Richins releasing a book on grief, seemingly moving on. At the same time, authorities say she was the very person responsible for the loss her children suffered. As her trial is set to begin in April 2025, we are left with disturbing questions about what could drive someone to allegedly betray their own family in such a way. In a motion hearing, defense argued for the release of Richins, who is awaiting trial on serious charges, claiming she poses no flight risk due to strong community ties. But with significant charges and complex family dynamics in play, the judge had to weigh several legal factors carefully. The defense's primary argument centered on community ties. They emphasized that the defendant, a mother, has deep-rooted connections through her family and business, suggesting she's unlikely to flee. The defense argued that, as a mother, she would never abandon her children, even under the threat of serious charges. Also, the defense pointed out that she has no financial resources to resettle elsewhere. They presented a detailed release plan, including staying with family, job seeking, and daily support from loved ones. They suggested that restrictive conditions, such as GPS monitoring, house arrest, and routine check-ins, could be applied to ensure she stays within the law. The defense also highlighted Richins' commitment to positive programming during her 17-month detainment, showing she's using her time productively. One of the key defense arguments hinged on fairness in trial preparation. They argued that Richins' incarceration limits access to thousands of documents, interviews, and evidence needed to prepare her defense adequately. They claimed that meeting with her legal team behind glass walls creates obstacles that a home setting could solve, providing her with a fairer chance at trial. The defense's argument didn't convince the judge. The prosecution argued that although the death penalty was removed as a possible outcome, the defendant still faces severe charges, with each felony carrying a minimum of 25 years. The prosecution argued that these remaining charges will give her a strong incentive to flee, posing a risk to herself, the community, and key witnesses. Additionally, the prosecution emphasized that circumstances around the defendant's family connections have shifted. Her children are now under guardianship by members of her late husband's family, who are currently restricting her from contact with them. Her real estate business, which was once a strong community anchor, is allegedly now defunct. The prosecution argued that these factors weaken her ties to the community and increase her potential as a flight risk. The judge considered these points seriously. A key part of the argument rested on monitoring methods, effectiveness, or lack thereof. Although GPS ankle monitors could track her location, the judge pointed out that these systems often have a delay of several days before authorities are alerted to a violation. This lag, the judge noted, would be insufficient to guarantee public safety in a case with such high stakes. Ultimately, the judge determined that, given the nature of the charges, potential danger to the community, and weakened community ties, there really was no combination of conditions that could safely allow her release. After weighing both sides, the judge made a firm decision. The defendant's motion to reconsider bail was denied. While the defense emphasized her presumed innocence and highlighted the strain of her ability to prepare for trial, the judge focused on public safety, potential flight risk, and the lack of enforceable conditions to ensure she wouldn't pose a danger if released. The defense argued for compassion and community reintegration, proposing solutions like house arrest and restricted contact. But in the judge's view, these measures weren't enough. With weakened ties to family and business, along with the high stakes of the charges, the judge ruled that she would remain in custody, stating there were no reasonably available means of mitigating her risk to the community and herself. This ruling leaves the defense team with the challenge of preparing a case from behind bars while the prosecution proceeds with its case, confident in the safety measures decided by the court. As her trial date nears, this case highlights the difficult balance courts maintain between ensuring proper trial preparation and protecting public safety. What do you think? Should defendants awaiting trial on serious charges be granted bail if they have strong community ties, or does public safety come first? I believe that Kouri Richins should remain in jail, even as we acknowledge the presumption of innocence, because public safety must be a priority. While everyone deserves a fair trial, the severity of the allegations against her, including multiple attempts at poisoning her husband and the financial fraud charges, suggests a pattern of dangerous and potential premeditated behavior. Given the serious nature of these accusations, it's essential to consider the safety and well-being of others. Detaining her pretrial is a necessary measure to ensure public protection while the justice system determines her guilt or innocence. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you're interested in more real-life courtroom insights, make sure to follow for more deep dives. I'm very curious to hear your responses. Let me know in the comments below. I look forward to bringing you more in the near future. Keep a lookout for my next case. Thank you to my producer Suzuki for all her hard work gathering case info. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Bye, y'all.